Messi finally wins a trophy with Argentina. Argentina defeats Brazil 1-0 in the Copa America final. Messi is finally champions with Argentina. He has done it. Congratulations to Messi. Shout out to Messi. The team showed up in the final. That's all you could say. A lot of the times the team had let Messi down. That was some of the storylines. That's some of the things that we talked about going into this final. Is Messi going to get help? Is it just going to be Messi? And his team, showed up. Early goal, DePaul, beautiful ball to Di Maria. Di Maria, exquisite chip over Ederson. And since then, Argentina just held on. It was it wasn't the most entertaining game, in my opinion. I expected more from Argentina versus Brazil. There was only 4 shots on target the whole game, one of them being the goal. So other than the goal, there was just 3 shots on target. It was a very, very sloppy, stagnant game. Very physical. There was a lot of fouls. 22 fouls on Brazil, 19 fouls on Argentina. So that we had over 40 fouls in the game. So we're averaging a foul like every 2 minutes, basically. So just a lot of fouls in this final. A lot of stoppages, a lot of, people rolling on the floor, a lot of people going to the referee asking for, a yellow or red. So compared to the Euro, this Copa America final was not like as entertaining. And I thought it was. I hoped it was. Argentina has a good roster. Brazil have a good roster. The names, it was Brazil versus Argentina, but it didn't really excite me. But nevertheless, congratulations to Argentina. Congratulations to Messi. He has that monkey off the back. Like in the 88th minute, or maybe like the 90th, he had a 1-on-1 to seal the deal 2-0. And he tried to, instead of shooting, I thought he was going to shoot right away. But he tried to cut back on the goalie and kind of like walk in with the ball. And the ball stayed behind him. And he kind of like slipped and fell. And I was just like, damn, is this it again? Is this going to happen again? Like, are we going to look back at this Messi clear miss? And because at that point, Brazil wasn't really getting too many clear chances. It's not like they were making Martinez a hero. By no means was Martinez the hero. They never really pressured him like that. But they were getting some corners. They were getting, some crosses into the Argentina box where you were like, okay, they might be able to get something right now. Like, I could kind of see like some pressure. Like, if you're an Argentina fan, you're at the edge of your seat. You're like, come on, just get everything out. So you were feeling Brazil kind of build some momentum in the last 5-10 minutes. So when Messi had that 1-on-1 against Ederson, you were like, oh, he's going to put them away. This is it. This is a picture perfect moment. Messi scoring the second goal in the final to clinch the final for Argentina, and he misses it, and it's like a clear chance. And the first thing you hear in your head is like, damn, this kind of reminds me of the 2014 World Cup when he couldn't finish that 1-on-1 against Neuer. And you're like, damn, is this the same thing? Like, you kind of see the momentum going towards Brazil's, team. And you're like, if Brazil somehow finds a way to score the tying goal, and we go to penalties and Argentina loses, the criticism for Messi is going to be insane. Like, for him to miss such a clear chance. But fortunately for him, the defense was stagnant. They held on to Brazil. They held off Brazil, and Argentina and Messi get their first title. It was a beautiful sight, the way they were throwing Messi up. Everyone kind of felt the monkey off the back. Not just Messi, but the whole squad. Argentina hadn't won a major international tournament in 28 years, and that's just unacceptable for such a great soccer country like Argentina. So it was a great moment for Argentina. There was the scenes in Buenos Aires, the scenes in Argentina were ridiculous. They're still, fighting COVID over there. They're not over it. We're all still fighting COVID, but they did not care. There was no social distancing going on. It was just a celebration for Argentina, and I don't blame them. They've had to suffer through a lot of Copa America final defeats. They've had to suffer through a lot, like a World Cup final defeat. They've had to suffer through having the best player or one of the best players in the world every year in and year out, and not coming home with the glory. So for them, after 28 years to get a title, I mean, by all means, I was happy for Argentina fans. Somewhat, I'm a Mexican fan, so I could only be so happy. Like, I root for Mexico, so it was cool. It was nice to see them, win their championship. And now they're gearing up for the World Cup. That monkey's off the back for Argentina. They have at least won one international tournament for Argentina. So now Argentina, in my opinion, they're going to play more loose, and they're a real threat for the World Cup. But this Copa America, by no means, I haven't really done videos on Copa America because it was not the most entertaining soccer. It was more of the same of this final. Like, not so many shots on target, a lot of fouls, a lot of fouls, a lot of players berating the ref, a lot of stopping and starting again because of all the fouls, and the final just really encapsulated what the tournament was. Usually Copa America invites other teams because South America doesn't have enough teams to build a big tournament. They only have 10 nations in there, so usually Mexico gets invited, the US gets invited, Japan gets invited, Qatar gets invited. I think even Australia has gotten invited. I don't know. They invite a lot of teams to make the field more competitive. This time there were 10 teams. There's a lot of group stage games just to eliminate 2 teams. Only 1 team from each group did not make it to the knockout stages. So I thought it was not that important to cover the group stages. And you kind of just felt like it was going to be an Argentina versus Brazil final. You kind of saw it coming. A lot of the teams in that region have really, their rosters have weakened through the years. Uruguay, they still rely on Suarez and Cavani, and they're getting old. They're not the same players. Muslera's getting old too. Chile, they still rely on Alexis Sanchez and Vargas, and Ecuador and Colombia. Colombia's doing pretty decent, but they don't have a star player, a star player like James Rodriguez was at one time. And Ecuador, they don't have the top end talent either. So the region, in my opinion, is kind of weak right now. You kind of just expected Brazil and Argentina to get to the final, even though these teams, in my opinion, are not anywhere near as good as the historic Argentinian teams or the historic Brazilian teams. No offense to Brazil or the Argentinian squad, but we have Neymar starting with Everton, Richarlison, Fred, Casemiro, Lucas Paqueta. These players, they wouldn't be making some of the other Brazil rosters. The same could be said for Argentina, but all in all, it was a pretty entertaining tournament. It was just great to have soccer, football, all day long. You had Copa America, you had Euros in the mornings, Copa America in the afternoon. So it was great. The summer of soccer, the summer of football lived up to its hype. I really enjoyed it, and congratulations to Messi. Congratulations to Argentina for winning Copa America 2020 or 2021.